Okay, Porter, what are we doing here today?
We are putting window film on our window.
It's going to be like that?
Yep.
But we're doing the small one. So to start out with, can you stop pulling for a sec?
Yep.
We fully washed this window twice. There was some rubber on it or something. We scraped that off, got it nice and clean. This two-way mirror foil privacy screen has been cut to about an inch bigger on each side than the actual measurements of the window it's going on to. So as we peel the plastic back, he's going to spray it with water, with like a soapy water solution. I'll show that. And let's go.
All right.
Shiny. So this silver part goes against the window. You're going to use the factory cut edge up top.
I'm going to use it on the bottom because I've already got it sitting that way. I don't want to peel it off and risk getting hair and other stuff in there.
Now about the hair, this is way over to the left.
Okay.
About the hair, if you get any hair on the window or on the foil or anything in the air, it's going to get stuck between the window and the foil, and it's going to look terrible. So it's best to keep any cats away, have your hair tied back, and just make sure there's no hair in the area in general. So what we normally do, we aimed it wrong because, videotaping, so obviously it's not going to go right, is have the factory cut edge of the foil on the top, because then we can just push down.
Water, please.
We didn't descend. What? Oh, water. Now he likes to spray on top to make it easier for the squeegee to go across it. So what we do is for an initial pass, we get as much of the big bubbles out as we can, just to make sure that the screen is laying flat where we want it to, so that we can get the rest of the screening trimmed, because there is that overhang a bit. It's not going to be perfect this pass. As you can see, there's bubbles. If you get really big bubbles, you can lift it up again and kind of relay it, but it's good to be able to trim it so you don't have to deal with all that. Now this kit, do you want to show?
The favorite tools that I'm using here are the razor blade. You can snap them off so you can get a nice fresh edge every time. You want something with a little bit of a curve because I've got a curve here, so that kind of helps. It doesn't match, but at least it's close. And this is my favorite tool.
That was my favorite too.
You got the squeegee on one side, and you've got this, which is nice to. You have to press it
sharp,
really tight,
straight edge.
Tight. Yeah, and you can nice straight edge that you can cut against to make sure you get it just perfect. So,
okay, so you're gonna trim.
Yeah, I'm gonna start out against in the corner or the curve, I should say, just because I hate it and I want to get rid of it basically.
Yeah.
So from here, I'm basically gonna put that curved part in there, and I'm gonna kind of just tease it around the curve, and then once I get to the straightaway, I'm gonna switch to my favorite tool there. So this is gonna be tough to get on video. I apologize. The key is pressing this tool way up in the corner to make sure you don't accidentally cut into the window area. And I can already tell I've accidentally cut it a little too long in one area. Not a problem. I mean, you can always come back and do this again.
It's easier to trim than you can't add.
Yeah.
So if you cut it too big, that's fine. You can trim it later. But if you cut too much off, deal with it.
Once you get to the straightaway, you can move your tool and the blade together. I got some obstacles in my way here.
It looks so weird with you doing it that way. I go left to right like a sane person.
Oh, I'm left-handed. I can't. That's the end of my reach right now. So I'm gonna.
Well, we're not all freaks of nature, Porter.
Yeah, well, can't all be that lucky, huh?
So he's freehanding it, which I do not recommend doing.
I'm trying to get, what I'm doing is I'm trying to cut a relief here and be able to peel this away.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm freehanding is I'm only cutting away, which is why I've got the blade actually facing towards
Would you
me.
like the scissors?
Scissors might work well. Okay. So now you can see it kind of stuck there. That's fine. I'll deal with that later. Now we've got some more room here to deal with this. So I'm going to go back to my curve tool.
That curved one's slick. I wish we had that earlier.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I don't want to sound like a slack or anything, but if you do cut it a little too small and have like a little bit of light showing through, it's really not the end of the world. Like when you're working on it like this, you're seeing it right up close and you're going to see every imperfection. And honestly, you're probably going to get some hair in there. And it's going to look terrible. Now, once it dries, it's not that noticeable. And from any kind of a distance, if someone's outside or if you're, sitting at the table or anything, you're really not going to notice it. So don't freak out if it's not perfect when you do it.
Okay. I think I've got that curve okay. I can always come back and trim little bits.
So see, that's a nice clean curve.
Yeah, I see a little bit of extra material here that just kind of flip back. I'm going to trim that later. I want to get the bulk of this down.
Yeah.
And I'll worry about the little fuzzy bits in a bit.
Oh, you're not going to go bottom to top backwards like a freak of nature?
Maybe I should.
No, don't.
This one's kind of tough because there's no room for me to get in there. Once you get to the bottom, of course, my tool starts hitting the frame, then I just flip it down, flip it over, and now get some more length out of it.
And you want to use the sharp end of this, not the squeegee side. Scissors?
No, I think I got it. So, I'd show you a little bit of just getting the rest of the bubbles out. So I've got a lot more to go, but this kind of shows you how you're going to end up
Nice and
when
clean,
you're done.
yeah. And as you go, there's going to be bubbles and they're going to reform and everything. But like 24 hours or so after you do this, like a lot of the water has evaporated from behind the screen, and it ends up looking a lot better. I feel like that's something I didn't see on any of the tutorials when we started doing this. Like it was like, it's going to be so easy to do and it's going to be absolutely perfect in 5 minutes. It's like, no, it takes a bit more fussing than that. And it's probably not going to be perfect. No one buying this off Amazon is a professional installer, and you know what? Just give yourself some grace.
Yeah. It's going to look a lot better after it dries out, and it's going to be fine. Even if there are imperfections, you're the only one that's going to notice it.
Yeah, and really it's going to be only the person that installed it is going to notice it. Because if you're just sitting at the table, you're not going to notice. We're going to do a little switcheroo here.
And so what I'm doing here is, even though I'm cut over here, I'm going to start my cut back and get into that edge again before I get here. That's going to help me find that edge and not deal with, otherwise you get a little sliver that's stuck a lot. And if that happens once in a while, it's not a big deal, but It keeps happening. It's pretty frustrating. And I can already see I'm going to need to retrim. I've got some extra material here. That's fine. I'm going to keep going. Now the dreaded curves.
So once you remove all this excess, the excess is good for making sure when you get it laid out, you want to have a little bit of excess just so you know if it's not quite centered properly. You're not going to have it all laden and find out you've got a big gap on one side. But once you get the excess off, it's a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah, trimming off an extra millimeter is not a big deal. That's exactly what I'm going to have to do right here.
Now, we should say there are different products out there. We chose this one because we wanted to be able to see the outside, but we didn't necessarily want people looking in at us. There are other ones that are, frosted or have different designs. There's one that's really pretty that's like a faceted, kind of like an Aurora Borealis finish. I don't know if that term's in use outside of like crystalline, but like a iridescent kind of finish that I imagine is really pretty when the light hits it. On the outside, it just looks like a silver mirror. And then another thing to note about this particular type as opposed to the iridescent ones or the faceted, textured, whatever, is that this one, no one can see in during the day. But at nighttime, they can. So you might want to have curtains, because the effect apparently reverses.
I've got a little corner coming up here. I just need to trim a little bit more material off. I don't know how well it shows up. So now, since I only have to trim a little bit, it's going to be a lot easier. I can just push this over, get all that slack in one spot, just do another trim. And now it's in flat.
And I just want to say, we're not pros at doing this, so we're not going to edit this. This is going to be a real-time video. So you can see realistically how long it actually takes you to do this. There's some messing around with it. But in the end, we're at 14 minutes now, and there was probably 3 minutes of cutting the foil to shape. So,
yep. I've got a little bubble here. Those can be kind of annoying. So since I've got extra material, I want to try to pull it away from there.
Try not to stretch much, though, because then you get big bubbles and it's annoying.
Absolutely. But now I can... Yeah. Now, once I've done that just a little bit, I can get rid of these and they'll stay away.
It's almost too bad we didn't get any amoebas on this one. Amoebas are what I call this phenomenon that happens sometimes when we lay this out, where we'll get a finger of a bubble.
And that's what was happening a little bit here, but it was only an inch. And I just by moving the material up a little bit and just kind of shoving it gently, I was able to work it away enough I could get rid of it.
But what'll happen is you can get a finger that goes down, like a bubble that just keeps extending, and it'll usually be either straight down or at a bit of an angle. And those are really annoying to deal with. And a lot of the time that involves either stretched foil or excess, like a bubble of foil. Like you had a bit of you left too much foil and didn't pull it tight enough when you were laying it down. So usually when you get that, a good thing to do is to just pull the foil back up from the edge until the amoeba arm goes away. Oh, that sounds awesome.
That's why I add a little water. You get a lot less of that. I'm just trying to work out any additional bubbles that might be in there.
And again, if there's little tiny bubbles, they will go away.
Yeah.
Like in a few days once it dries out.
And if you get debris like hair, you'll see it'll
Dissipate.
Yeah, it'll dissipate. You'll see it pretty big right now, but it'll shrink down.
And we don't have a hair to show, do we?
There's a tiny one right here at the end of my.
That is not going to show up.
That's not going to show up?
That's not going to show up. Basically, what ends up happening with a hair is that you get the hair and then you get a bubble around the hair. So you see this long, like a bubble with a worm in it, you know? But eventually the air around it gets sucked out when all the moisture evaporates, and then you just have a little hair.
So, tiny defect instead of a big one.
A hair in a bubble is annoying. A hair is not that bad.
Agreed.
Okay. So is that your finished window?
I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to come back in a little bit and see if there's anything more I want to clean up, but right now I'm happy with it.
And it's good to go back a few hours later or the next day or whatever and just make sure that all the edges are good. You know, if you need to pull back a little bit, spray a little bit more water and kind of redo an edge, that's fine too. But after that, I mean, you're good to go.
Yeah, because you could keep fussing with this for hours, and I did that at first, and then you realize you're not getting anywhere. You're not really making any better. So you kind of got to say, hey, it looks pretty good. Walk away.
And it's functional. That's the big thing. It's
exactly.
Super functional. So
we're good. Like and subscribe.